Three superpowers, one universe. In a universe where Saiyans, Kryptonians, and Viltrumites evolved side by side, war was inevitable. Three of the strongest warrior races, each with their own philosophies and power, shared the same cosmic battlefield. The Kryptonians evolved under the light of a yellow sun, granting them godlike strength, flight, heat vision, and near invincibility. They were once a race of peace, but a militant faction led by General Zod believed they were destined to rule. The Viltrumites, a brutal empire that conquered planets through sheer force. Their ruler, Thrag, considered Kryptonians to be rivals and saw the Saiyans as disposable weapons of war. The Saiyans, a warrior race that thrived in battle, their power growing stronger after every fight. Legends spoke of the Super Saiyan, a transformation capable of rivaling even Kryptonian and Viltrumite might. For a time, these three races remained separate, but when Kryptonian explorers discovered the Viltrumites, their uneasy coexistence shattered. Chapter 1. The First Contact, Krypton versus Viltrum. A Kryptonian scouting vessel, led by Jor-El, made contact with the Viltrum Empire on a distant world. Jor-El, a scientist, sought knowledge, but the Viltrumites saw only a challenge. When a squad of Viltrumites, led by Nolan Grayson, Omni-Man, attacked the Kryptonian vessel, they expected an easy victory. But the Yellow Sun's power had already taken effect, and the Kryptonians fought back with heat vision, super speed, and raw strength that rivaled even the Viltrumites. Thrag was furious. The Viltrumites were no longer the only gods in the universe. A war for dominance was declared. Chapter 2. Saiyan Mercenaries, the Wild Card. While Krypton and Viltrum clashed across the stars, the Saiyans, still under the rule of King Vegeta, were known as ruthless mercenaries. The Viltrumites, recognizing their potential, recruited the strongest Saiyans to fight in their war against Krypton. Saiyan warriors, led by Bardock, were sent into battle against Kryptonian outposts. But something unexpected happened. Every time the Saiyans survived a battle against Kryptonians, they grew stronger. Some even unlocked the first Super Saiyan forms, rivaling the power of a Kryptonian warrior. King Vegeta, seeing the war as an opportunity, made a dangerous decision. He allied with Zod's Kryptonian faction, believing together they could defeat the Viltrumites and seize power for themselves. This betrayal set the stage for the greatest battle in history. Chapter 3. The War of the Gods. The final battle took place on a dying star, where Kryptonians, Viltrumites, and Saiyans clashed in an all-out war. Superman, the strongest of the Kryptonians, led his people against Thrag's Viltrumite army. Goku, now a Super Saiyan, fought both Kryptonians and Viltrumites, testing his strength against the gods. Zod versus Omni-Man was a battle of two ruthless conquerors, each refusing to yield. Vegeta, fueled by his pride, took on the mightiest Viltrumites alone, unlocking Super Saiyan 2 in the heat of battle. As planets were destroyed, suns collapsed, and entire fleets wiped out, one final force emerged. Chapter 4. The Return of Frieza. The real enemy. Unknown to all, a being from another timeline had been watching. Frieza, the tyrant of the universe, had arrived, stronger than ever. With new power beyond even Golden Frieza, he sought to conquer what remained of the three empires. Frieza's army wiped out what was left of Krypton's forces. The Saiyans and Viltrumites, who had been mortal enemies, were now forced to fight together. Superman, Goku, and Omni-Man teamed up against Frieza in a battle that shook reality itself. Vegeta and Zod, once enemies, led a desperate final assault. Thrag, realizing Frieza was an even greater threat, broke his pride and joined the battle. In the end, Frieza was defeated, but the damage was done. Krypton was gone, the Viltrum Empire was shattered, and the few remaining Saiyans were now scattered warriors. Epilogue. A new order, the last Kryptonians, led by Superman, vowed to rebuild. The Viltrumites, without their empire, disappeared into the void, waiting for their revenge. The Saiyans, now nomads, sought new battles, pushing their limits to never be weak again. But in the far reaches of the universe, a new threat awakened. The war had ended, but the battle was far from over. To be continued,